Abigail.
Hi, I'm Miss Perrine.
Before we start, I wanted to thank you for making the time to interview you. I'm excited to hear about your story and how you are today as a program manager and a teacher. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. So I attend UW-Tacoma. I'm interested in education and travel, but don't really know how to put those two majors together. For me, the biggest question I'm trying to answer is how I can be successful. I'm hoping you have some guidance and experience that I can apply to my life. So to begin, where were you when you were a freshman in college?
Gosh, I was 17 when I was a freshman. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I kept changing my major, I think 5 times my freshman year. I went from teaching to business to teaching to religion and philosophy, which is what I ended up studying for my undergrad. And then I went back and got my master's degree right after I graduated, and got my teaching certification. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you get to where you are today? So
I think when I was in high school, I had the opportunity to do a mission trip to Mexico, and that really opened my eyes in how much I love to help people, and I love exploring different cultures. And so when I went to college, I had opportunities to do more mission work when I was studying youth ministry, and so that kind of reinstilled the passion that I had for people and for helping others. And so I decided to major in youth ministry and then turn around and use my teaching degree, my master's degree, to help students in the high school setting. And so right now I work as a program manager for a federal TRIO program, and I oversee 15 schools where we help low-income first-generation kids learn the skills they need to be successful in college.
So what were some of the goals that you accomplished during that?
Well, I was the first person in my family to go and graduate from college. My parents had to drop out. My mother had cancer when she was 19. And so it was really important to me, even though I didn't know at the time what I wanted to study as a freshman, it was really important to me that I made sure that I didn't quit and that I didn't give up. And my main goal was just to graduate from college.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And were you during that time, were you scared that you might fail or that you might disappoint your parents? Or?
For sure. I think fear has always been something that has been a struggle for me, but it was always something that I made up my mind that I was never going to let fear define who I was. And so I always pushed myself to do things that scared me, whether it was audition for music groups at my university or try out for a job I wasn't sure I was qualified for, but I knew I could do it, so I took the risk. I lived abroad in Mexico one summer while I was in college, and that was scary because it's the first time I was out of a country by myself, but that was the most amazing experience that really defined a lot of my life. And so yeah, I was always scared of failing, but I always challenged myself to overcome those fears.
So for the last question, so when it comes to college, I think that there's a lot of noise. For example, for me, one of the things is you have to be an accountant, or you must be this, or you must be that. So that's some of the noise that I hear from family members or friends. So what is advice that you would give to overcome those noises?
I always say follow your heart, as cliche as that is. When I changed my major to study youth ministry and biblical studies, my father was not happy. He always drilled into my head, you need to have a good return on your investment. You need to, which meant for him, studying business or medicine or something in a field where, it's all about chasing money. But for me, it was never about the dollar signs. It was about making a difference in the lives of people around me. And so that was something that I really struggled with, because when I changed my major, he was not happy, and I wanted to make my parents, every student wants to make their parents happy, and they want them to be proud of them. But I think at the end of the day, that even though I didn't do what my father wanted me to do, I did what made me happy. And I always tell my students that it's your life, you know. At the end of the day, you have to stand and look at yourself in the mirror and be okay with the decisions that you made. So, you know, think about it, follow your heart, do what makes you happy. Of course, you know, be reasonable, you know, you need to be able to provide for yourself and your future family financially, but you know, you have to love what you do or you're going to hate life. You know.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for interviewing me, Abby.